if one man rose from a tiny island and made all of Europe tremble? A man so feared that kings couldn't sleep. A man who won battle after battle against impossible odds. A man who crowned himself emperor in front of the world. Yet in the end, he lost everything. This is the unbelievable story of Napoleon Bonaparte, the soldier who almost conquered Europe. Napoleon wasn't born a king. He wasn't even born in mainland France. In 1769, on the rugged Mediterranean island of Corsica, a small boy entered the world. He came from a modest family. At school, other children mocked his accent. They laughed at him. They underestimated him. But while they laughed, Napoleon studied. He read history. He learned warfare. And deep inside, a dangerous ambition was growing. He didn't want to be ordinary. He wanted greatness. Then came the French Revolution. France erupted into chaos. Kings fell. Nobles fled. The old world was collapsing. For Napoleon, it was the perfect opportunity. As a young artillery officer, he displayed extraordinary brilliance. Battle after battle, victory followed victory. His soldiers loved him. His enemies feared him. Soon, the entire nation was talking about one name, Napoleon. At just 30 years old, he seized power. Then, in a moment that shocked Europe, he placed the crown on his own head. Not a king, not a servant, an emperor. The message was clear. No one gives me power. I take it. Now the conquest began. Across Europe, powerful nations united against him. But Napoleon moved like a storm. His armies marched across continents. At the legendary Battle of Austerlitz, he crushed larger enemy forces with brilliant strategy. Kingdoms fell. Empires trembled. Maps were redrawn. For a moment, it seemed unstoppable. France stood at the center of Europe, and Napoleon stood at the center of France. His name became a legend. His eagle banners flew across the continent. Many believed he was invincible, but history has a rule. The higher you rise, the harder you fall. In 1812, Napoleon made the decision that would change everything. He invaded Russia. At first, victory seemed certain, but the Russians retreated deeper and deeper into their vast land. Then winter arrived, not an ordinary winter, a nightmare. Freezing temperatures, starvation, disease, snow as far as the eye could see. The mighty Grand Army began to disappear. Thousands became tens of thousands. Tens of thousands became hundreds of thousands. What enemy armies could not destroy, winter did. Europe saw weakness. His enemies united once more. Napoleon was defeated, exiled, returned, defeated again at the legendary Battle of Waterloo. And then, the conqueror of Europe was sent to a lonely island far from the world. There, the emperor who once ruled millions spent his final years in isolation. The dream was over. The empire was gone, but the legend remained. He wasn't the tallest man. He wasn't born a king, yet he changed Europe forever. Loved by some, feared by others, forgotten by none. Because centuries later, the name still echoes through history. Napoleon Bonaparte, the soldier who reached the top of the world and learned that even emperors cannot conquer destiny. Follow for more legendary stories from history.